The 2022 World Cup in Qatar is nearly upon us after over a decade of build-up. We know what we're guaranteed to see at any World Cup. Fans from all over the world filling stadiums with noise and color, seismic shocks, great goals, and a champion crowned. But this tournament is going to hit a little differently for a number of reasons. Today we're looking at Qatar 2022, the most expensive World Cup of all time, and why exactly it's so controversial. Our story begins back in December 2010, when the FIFA president Sepp Blatter announced Qatar as the first Middle Eastern nation to host the World Cup. Qatar was a shock winner of the bidding process, a country of 2 million people with no real footballing pedigree, who had never qualified for the World Cup before. But the 22 members of the FIFA Executive Committee voted for Qatar over the United States by 14 votes to 8 in the final round, after South Korea, Japan, and Australia had been eliminated. Blatter said they had decided to take the World Cup to new lands, with Russia 2018 being announced the same day. Plus, Qatar promising to donate their stadiums to countries with underdeveloped infrastructure was also seen as a vote winner. But it quickly transpired that all was not as pure and simple as the FIFA suits were making out, and the house of cards began to fall. Allegations of vote buying, vote rigging, and corruption quickly hit the headlines around the world. Members of other bid teams said they were approached by committee members asking for money and titles in exchange for their vote, while newspapers claimed Qatar paid committee members to vote for them. Qatar and FIFA denied everything, but FIFA launched an investigation into the allegations in 2012, led by Michael J. Garcia. The Garcia report was submitted 2 years later, but FIFA refused to publish it. At least, they did until 2017, after German newspaper Bild threatened to publish a leaked copy. The report detailed dozens and dozens of allegations, but no hard evidence of vote buying. Though, by that stage, it was somewhat immaterial, as in 2015, 40 people were indicted by US federal prosecutors on corruption charges, including 7 of the 22 committee members who had voted in 2010. This led to many arrests, bans, and end of Blatter's time as president. In total, 10 of the 22 voters had been named and shamed as part of widespread corruption at FIFA during Blatter's presidency. It is safe to say the decision to award Qatar the World Cup was a controversial one. So all this led to the decision to strip Qatar of hosting rights and start the bidding process again? Well, no. Despite wanting to clean up their act, under new president Gianni Infantino, FIFA decided to go ahead with the tournament in the desert. That raised another question. How were we meant to have a June and July World Cup on the Arabian Peninsula, where temperatures at the time regularly hit 50 degrees Celsius? The Qatari answer initially was air-conditioned stadiums. Modern cooling technology is capable of lowering the stadium temperatures by 20 degrees, but it was quickly pointed out that won't do much good for the hundreds of thousands of fans who will be traveling around the country, not sitting through 90 minutes of action. So the decision was taken to move the tournament to November and December, disrupting the vast majority of domestic leagues around the world. Another popular move. The stadiums were still going to be air-conditioned, once they had been built, of course. At the time of a successful bid, Qatar only had one stadium which met the requirements for hosting World Cup matches, which wouldn't be quite enough for the 32-team event. Since then, 7 more have been added in Doha and its satellite cities, including Lusail, where the finals will be played. Not only did they have to build the Lusail iconic stadium, but they had to build Lusail itself. The city didn't exist at the time of the vote, as well as powerful conditioners around the perimeters of the pitches which blow cool recycled air throughout the stadiums. Some other innovative designs have been brought into play to keep players and fans from feeling the heat. The pitch of the Education City Stadium, for example, is 17 meters below ground, meaning it sits at sea level, allowing for cooler temperatures. The Ahmed bin Ali Stadium in Al Rayyan, meanwhile, has a specially designed roof which allows for better heat reflection, keeping the fans underneath it nice and comfortable. This is all very well, but the building of the stadiums, hotels, and other infrastructure at a breakneck speed has been a greater source of anger than the corruption allegations. Hundreds of thousands of migrant workers from developing nations have come to Qatar to work in construction over the last decade or so. And many media companies, workers themselves, and organizations such as Amnesty International have reported wild-scale human and worker rights abuses, appalling living conditions, and working conditions with so many workers unable to leave the country, or as many are putting it, slave labor. Worst of all, it is expected that the death toll among workers is very high and is being covered up by the organizers. The organizers have admitted to deaths, but only a handful, whereas a report from Amnesty International says the number is in the thousands. This has led to many players and fans around the world speaking out against the tournament, with many people intending to boycott the whole event. Whatever the full monetary cost, the ultimate price has already been paid to host this World Cup in Qatar. As we've brought it up, let's analyze the amount of money that Qatar is spending to put themselves front and center on the world stage. As a result, the cost needed to host the World Cup does increase every 4 years. The South African World Cup in 2010 set the host back $3.6 billion, before Brazil 2014 took a big leap to $11.6 billion. Then Russia took the record with $14.2 billion to host the 2018 edition. So how much are Qatar spending for this winter spectacle? It'll probably increase by a few billions again, right? Wrong. The hosting of the 2022 FIFA World Cup is going to set Qatar back $220 billion. How come? Well, most of the reason for the staggering amount is thanks to the things we've covered. Building new modern stadiums costs a hell of a lot more than the renovation work than some previous hosts have had to. And that's normal stadiums, of course, not these ultra-advanced arenas with their cooling systems. Add into that the fact that whole cities are being constructed, high-tech transport systems are being opened, hotel after hotel is being built, and plenty of other post-tournament facilities are coming to fruition. It's no wonder this World Cup is costing more than every precious World Cup combined. And by the way, we're only talking about the official stuff. If any dirty money did or didn't change hands, then that's not included in the $220 billion. In spite of so much investment, it's still not perfect. The organizers are confident that every fan will have a bed for the night. But reports are showing that not only does it seem impossible to book hotels in Qatar for the tournament dates, there won't actually be enough hotel rooms by the time it kicks off on 21st November. However, with countless fans put off by extortionate prices and conservative laws in Qatar, it seems like they may have enough beds after all, as hardly anyone will turn up. But seriously, those conservative laws have been very off-putting for many potential travelers. Alcohol is not banned completely in the Muslim country, but can only be bought at designated hotels and bars, where a pint can set you back $18. There is a state-run off-license chain, but you need a permit to buy from one. After much deliberation, it seems to have been decided that alcohol will only be available at specific times before kickoff and after the full-time whistle. No fans will be able to watch a match with a beer in hand, unless of course you're in a hospitality area, where a selection of alcoholic beverages will apparently be available. Alcohol will also be available in the fan park in Doha and at the Doha Golf Club. But venture out of either of those places and it could land you at least a heavy fine, but at most, a 6-month prison sentence. This will put off a lot of supporters, and a lack of traveling fans is just one factor, suggesting that this World Cup is going to make a significant loss, the full extent of which will be known in the coming months and years. So that's our lowdown on the most expensive World Cup ever, but what do you think? Is it all a complete waste of money, or is it worth it for the Middle East to have a World Cup? Will you be boycotting the tournament? We're trying to enjoy it no matter what. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you soon with our next video.